Welcome to the NE Prep Zone podcast. I am here with my colleague Stu Pospisil. I'm Mike Patterson. We'll be talking about Stu's All-Nebraska basketball team, the boys. And why don't you just talk a little bit about that team, Stu?
Well, it's a mix of Class A and Class B, juniors and seniors. Some of them, well, all of them have bright futures in college on different levels. You know, you couldn't start an All-Nebraska first team without its captain, and that's Josiah Doetzler. And Josiah from Bellevue West got his bookend state titles. He was one of the few to play on 4 state finalist teams. Bellevue West won his freshman year, where he hit 8 points in that comeback against Millard North. Started the next 2 years as Millard North avenged that loss. And then this year, against Millard North once again, stepped up and was the leader for the Thunderbirds, as they sent Doug Woodard out with his last coaching win and a last state title, which was the 6th for the Thunderbirds under his watch. Amazing.
It's hard to believe that it's been 4 years since Josiah was knocking down those 3-pointers that I remember when he came in as a freshman and defeated Millard North that year. But he is definitely the logical choice for the honorary captain. Another great season. Creighton fans will get a chance to look at him eventually, so great choice.
Well, thanks. Logical choice. Next one up, Class B's all-time leading scorer and number 2 all-time in the state, 2,639 points, Connor Milliken of Platteview. Platteview, under his leadership on the floor and off the floor, got the Trojans to the Class B state final for the first time. When he went out with fouls with 3 minutes left, they were down 2. It ended up being a 7-point loss to Omaha Skutt. But what he did for Platteview over 4 years, again, kept them on the basketball map. And he's going to Dort up in northwestern Iowa. His brother's playing football up there. It's a good fit, he feels, for him. I think he loves the game and wants to play 4 years. And I think, again, you know, he has a great year or two. Maybe one of the Dakotas comes calling, or you know, again, it's up to him, his future. But he certainly knows how to score both inside and outside, and it can get to the free-throw line with the best of them.
Amazing career. I don't know how you would keep the guy who finished number 2 all-time scoring off that team. It's unfortunate the way his career ended, fouling out with 3 minutes left, and I know that would have been just such a dramatic, compelling finish, but you know, that's the way basketball bounces sometimes, and still it doesn't take away from his legacy there at Platteview.
No, not at all. The third senior on the first team, Mike, we're talking about that championship game, Jake Brock from Omaha Skutt. Jake's head of South Dakota. He's averaged 16.5 points a game, 7 rebounds or so. Skutt had a big front line. He was the leader of it. Skutt lost only once to a Class B team this year, and Jake was able to get the Skyhawks back to the top of Class B.
Right. I think motivation of finishing as a runner-up to Roncalli last year drove this team. I'm not sure if it was Jake or not. Somebody had a key block at the end of that Crete game at the state tournament. And, I mean...
That was Jake Healy.
Okay. That was part of their big front line.
Right, yep.
But, yeah, it was really tough for any team to drive inside against those Skyhawks.
And Jake's 6'9", so...
Yeah. That's going to take you a long way.
You could say he stood out, but in that front line, he was just part of the picket fence.
I was going to say, you don't really stand out when they're all about that tall. So, again, another logical and solid choice for the first team.
Next one up, Landon Pokorski of Gretna, 6'1" junior, averaged 15 a game. Gretna had a tough loss to Millard North in the state semis, but Landon's a 3-year starter as a junior for Gretna. Already hit a 1,000-point mark. You know, he's considered one of the top juniors in the class of 2024.
Another solid season for the Dragons of Coach Feakin. Great job of getting him back to state as the wild card. Only one wild card making it in the boys, and the Dragons were it. So, yeah, Landon, a great season, averaging 15.2, another good choice.
Well, and the other junior on the first team, also highly regarded, is Jaden Jackson from Bellevue West. 6'1" junior, averaged almost 15 points a game. One of the better three-point shooters in the state, becoming one of the better defenders. You know, he and Landon look to be the top of next year's class. And you know, again, it was a nice backcourt that Bellevue West had, and Bellevue West also was deep as well. But Josiah and Jaden, you know, certainly were key pieces in that 29-0 season that was the first undefeated season, Mike, in Class A in 11 years.
Amazing. Jaden, a great season, and it seemed like he stepped it up even more at state. To put two players from Bellevue West on that first team, I think, is a logical thing. They were just head and shoulders above everybody this season, and capped it off, like you said, Doug Woodard going out in style on top, the longtime Bellevue West coach. So congratulations to the T-Birds and to Jaden, the last member of our All-Nebraska first team.
Sounds good. You want to hear about my second?
Go ahead.
Okay. The All-Nebraska second team consists of Elijah Gaith from Millard North. He's another junior, averaged 13 a game. Alec Noonan from Elkhorn South, brother of Maverick Noonan, headed to Nebraska for football. Alex off to play basketball, 19 points a game. And Tala Sandel-El from Lincoln North Star, 6'8" senior, 17.4 average. Tate Oddbody from Omaha West Side, a senior, going out to Colorado Christian. Got the Warriors to the state semis as well. And sophomore Derek Rollins from Millard North, two from Millard North on this team, averaged 14.3.
Good. Sounds like a solid second team. Why don't you tell us your third team?
I certainly will. Carter Templemeyer from Lincoln East is a senior, 15 points a game. Second player from Westside, Kevin Stubblefield, 6'4" junior, almost 16 a game. Brooks Kissinger from Class C1 repeat champion Ashland Greenwood, 6'3" senior, averaging 16 a game. Jake Brock's running mate at Scott, J.J. Farron, made some big threes throughout the season, 6'2" senior, 15 a game. And sophomore Bryson Ball from Papio South, 6'4" sophomore, averaging 18 a game. So, you know, you could take those three teams, and I think they'd be competitive of round robin there.
Oh, I think...
just like the girls.
Yes, I think looking at both our overall first, second, and third teams, it just shows there's another great basketball season, Stu, and I think our all-Nebraska teams reflect that.
Well, for Mike Patterson, I'm Stu Pospisil, and we'll see you the next time on the Nebraska Prep Zone podcast.